Sorry about that. Didn't mean to let it loop. What's going on, guys? How we doing out there? Welcome back to another Tucker Tuesday. What's going on, chat? Hello, hello. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Not me running in here because I heard the music start to end. Let me plug my phone into charge. There we go. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Always appreciate Sin's dedication to being timely. Well, I try my best. But I am human. Enjoyed Scribe's stream earlier? Good. Just got back from the gym? Nice. Hit the like on the way in? That's true. That is true. What the fuck is on my glasses? I'm so fucking over glasses. Holy shit. The perpetual smudges and nonsense drives me insane. Hello, Sanute. Hello, Daryl Odell. Matt Barnes, Advocates. What's going on? Mike Savage, Shiru, Bookworm, Not Attorney, Tier, Derek, Mad Cat Shrek, Karo Soldier, Kiever Dam, Cannibalistic Wizard, Mike Savage, Shadowclaw, Donkey Bunch, Frank Kep, Depresso, Espresso, Mike Savage, again, hello. Blaze suggested trying Villainy? I don't know what that is. No idea what that is. My goal is to eventually try LASIK because I'm over the glasses. If I'm being honest, I'm miserable. Miserable wearing them. What's up, Zach? Yeah. Brian, what's going on? I don't have too much to really get into. I don't have too much to talk about or whatever. So we are going to jump right into this. We have a couple videos to watch here. Bless you, Sin. Thank you. Guys, please smash. She sent some to you, apparently. She told me to say that. Well, I don't know where she sent it. Scribe's thumbnails are on points. Yes. Could use a monocle, but I have two bad eyes. I would need two monocles, and then that would just be glasses, but without the frame. So, no. I can't use monocles. Whatever. Guys, smash that like button. Share it out on your social media, and should you feel so inclined, please consider hitting up that Streamlabs. It is greatly appreciated. Trying to save up for eyeballs and do all that stuff, but yeah, we'll get there. Let's just get into this. We got a speech to watch, and then him interviewing a couple of people in Argentina.
You can have a system that nobody actually supports except the people directly benefiting from it.
And those are the only people who need to support it, as we can currently see plainly in front of our eyeballs with everything that's happening. The only people who currently fully support the system that we're in right now are the people who directly benefit from it.
This is the main thing I've learned in the past 5 years that I'm 50.
Oh, and we have, I always forget to do this right at the top. We have a bunch of new donations down below. You can pre-order Limes or Scribe's Evolution for Friday. Also, we have a Pinky song. If we can reach the goal tonight, we can get a Pinky song, or if someone joins the McKinley or the Stacker Club, we get a new Pinky song. You guys know the drill on that one.
I've lived in this country my whole life, and because I, unlike everyone else in Washington, actually kind of believed in the basic premise of democracy, which is the majority rules. That's the most basic fact of democracy. The people run their own government. If you get a majority of people to vote for something, that's now the law. And that's totally untrue. You could put it in a ballot referendum, some judge will over...
Or a horse wiener. You know what? I'll tell you what. If we can fill up the bar tonight, we can get the fabled song and horse wiener.
Turn it? Well, what about democracy? You could spend billions of dollars on a foreign policy theory that nobody actually supports. Doesn't matter. In the end, most governments are run by a small group of people for their own benefit without reference to what the majority wants.
It's not even what the majority wants. It's what the majority need. It's what they need.
And I hate to believe that that's true in this country, but all the evidence suggests that it is. In fact, it's provable. You know how you prove it? Public opinion polling. Take a look at the latest Gallup poll. Pick a poll. What are the top 10 issues for people in the United States? And then compare those to the priorities of your leaders. So people are leaving Michigan because it's very hard to make a living here, and you're constantly hassled by a government that never stops growing and that is leeching off an economy that hasn't grown in
What up, JK?
decades, okay? That's the truth. Take a look at the priorities of the low IQ lunatic who's running your state, Gretchen Whitmer, who deserves zero respect, no respect. Her priorities are what? Putting you in jail if you, quote, misgender somebody? What?
Yeah, that's going to go over well. That's going to be very popular with people.
Percentage of the population of the state of Michigan, even southeastern Michigan, is on board with that as a top concern. It's like roughly around 0.1%, okay, in that range. The things that people care about, Gretchen Whitmer couldn't care less about. Because democracy isn't functioning. If democracy was functioning in America, in Michigan, in California, the District of Columbia where I live, the state of Maine, the state of Texas, how many Texans do you think are all on board with letting 7 million people cross into their state illegally? What percentage? Zero. I don't care what your race or national origin, nobody is for that. That's insane. Has the governor of Texas done anything meaningful to stop that? No. The
Never.
Republican governor? He's got a
Republicans don't give a shit. They just don't.
National Guard? He's the commander-in-chief of the National Guard, and it's Texas, so they're all large. And they have double-stack magazines in their sidearms. You think they couldn't stop that in a week if they... Of course. Just assemble along the border. We're not doing this. No, he refuses to do that. He won't do it. And it's not like no one suggested. I've suggested to him 3 times, including in private at a cocktail party in Dallas last year. What are you doing, man? Don't you have a National Guard? Why don't you seal the border? Oh, it's very complicated. No, it's not. No, it's not. If someone's trying to break into my house, it's not complicated to repel the person. Do you have a firearm or don't you? Are you willing to defend your house and your children, or aren't you?
But that's the thing, is these people aren't willing to defend it because it's not their house. It's yours.
Well, it's more complicated. That really, tell me how. Speak slowly so I can understand. It's not more complicated than that. It's more dishonest than that. You're lying to me. You don't want to do it because your donors don't want you to do it. It's that simple. Greg Abbott. Liar. And worse than liar, betrayer of your own people. That's what that is. I was polite at the cocktail party, so I didn't say any of that, but I fumed internally like an Episcopalian.
I would too.
I thought those things. But the point is, if you assume that just because everybody wants something, you're going to get it, think again, pal. It's very likely that, in fact, you won't get anything that you want. You will just pay for what a small group of other people want. That's the way it works. Boo! Boo is right. Boo is right. It's not just frustrating.
But you know what the upsetting thing about this is that nothing's going to change. At the moment, nothing is going to change unless we make it change.
It's a betrayal of the core promise of the country, which is the people rule. That's a criminal act. That is a criminal act. Let's just put this in context. It's not just like you have boutique, weird right-wing views and that's how they want you to feel. Like, oh, you're an extremist. Really? I'm an extremist? I'm the one who let 7 million people into our country illegally, whose names we don't know?
Yeah. Duh. All right, let's get to the next. Oh, no. This one. Sorry, my tabs are a little out of order. A hyperinflation and reckless monetary policy could soon devastate the global economy. We travel to Argentina, where this has already happened. Play? Hello? Refresh play?
For
Apparently, yes.
politicians, money
What's up,
is
Luna?
power. They always crave more. But because they don't actually produce anything, they've got limited ways to get it. They can hike taxes on the population and collect the cash at gunpoint. That's the most straightforward way. But it's also highly unpopular. Voters don't like paying higher taxes. They resent it. So over time,
Especially when the services don't, like, our roads are still shit. We don't have extra services. We're not more safe.
most politicians in most places decide it's a lot easier to devalue the currency. You keep the tax rate pretty much the same, you just print more money. At first, most people don't even notice that it's happening. The money seems free. This is how the US government just paid for the COVID checks and the war in Ukraine and pretty much everything else that Washington has done for the past couple of decades. Just churn out more dollars. You can see why it's a popular strategy. But what happens if you keep doing it year after year? We really ought to know. So to find out,
I really wonder. That's a big thunk right there.
flew to Argentina, a country of 45 million people on the Atlantic coast of South America. 100 years ago, Argentina was one of the richest places in the world. It had everything: abundant natural resources, vast open spaces, a well-educated, capable European population. Its capital, Buenos Aires, once looked like Paris, but probably richer.
And it probably was, too.
You can still see remnants of that time as you walk around the city today, but the buildings are ratty now and marred by graffiti. Argentina is no longer a rich country. It's one of the poorest nations in the Western Hemisphere. Nearly half the population here lives below the poverty line. Chicken for dinner is a luxury. The people are still impressive, the natural resources still exist, but Argentina's leaders have destroyed the country by devaluing its national currency.
And given the way things are going right now, I think that we will not be far off if we don't make a change in the next few years.
Argentina now has Weimar-like hyperinflation. It takes a brick of bills to buy lunch. Roads and bridges fall apart and nobody can afford to fix them. Things unravel.
We spend more money as a country than we earn money.
This man is called Hernan. He's been trying to run a restaurant in one of the richest neighborhoods in Buenos Aires.
It's really, really hard to work in Argentina, to live in Argentina. We are tired. I think that's one of the main...
We have time to correct. We have time to correct, but we need to start paying attention.
Feelings of the people, no? People are tired of all of the politicians saying the same things a couple of years and nobody does nothing good.
Over the course of the average month, the Argentine peso loses 10% of its value. In other words, everybody gets 10% poorer every month of the year. It doesn't take long for people to go hungry.
Our institutions have something wrong.
Diana Maldino is an economist and a candidate for the Argentine Congress.
Basically, the problem we have right now, we are 47 million people, out of which only 11 million people have what you would call a job. Slightly under 3.5 million people work for government, and 7 million people work in the private sector. So 10 million people, 11 million people out of 47, 25% of the people.
And that's kind of the government workers. So if you take out the government workers...
And if you want to take out Susan as stream boss, you could do that for relatively cheap.
That really is an electric windmill.
Yeah, 1/7 of the country would have a private job.
So that means 7 million people are working to support the other 40 million people.
And let me add something. 60% of the children are poor. So if you ask me, if 60% of the children are poor, the whole country is poor.
Argentina's currency is so inflated and worthless, it can no longer be used to buy anything of value. Cars, houses, even bicycles are priced in US dollars. The problem is the government lies about this. Banks are not allowed to exchange dollars at market rates, and that drives the entire population underground to the black market. So we're in downtown Buenos Aires. It's a Friday afternoon, and we're on our way to a cueva, a cave, to change US dollars into pesos. Now, the caves are the only place in the country that gives the actual exchange rate. The government lies about what its currency is worth and gives about half its value to people in exchange for dollars. So this is kind of the last outpost of economic honesty in the country, and of course the government is trying to shut them down. So we're gonna see if we can exchange 100 US dollars for Argentine pesos.
Hola! He's my friend Tucker.
Oh, hola.
I like Tucker walking in. Hola, hola.
Is there security here?
Yes.
This is so cool. Well, we're on the top floor of a building, unmarked. We just got buzzed in after waiting outside for a while, and trying to change a $100 bill.
Okay. How many money do you expect are you going to receive?
I don't know.
More or less. Guess.
Enough to keep my door from closing, a doorstop. Well, now I feel rich.
This is like Mad Max of caves. Don't seem like that?
I would enjoy a $100 bill.
That is, so how much is that worth? Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Amazing. How do you carry all this? Hold on.
In a bag.
In a bag. You know, it's obviously amusing, but it's also sad. Imagine if that was your country, this was your national currency, and it was like, it had the value of home insulation, you know? And this was your work product. This is what you spent all day working for, and this is what you hope to feed your family with and send your kids to school and buy clothes. I mean,
That's what I'm trying to do right the fuck now, man.
And it had been rendered worthless by greedy, dishonest pigs running your government and lecturing you about transgenderism, but in the end you were left impoverished and they were left rich. I mean, that's theft. It wasn't some sort of, you know, savage situation in there. It looked like a bank almost, though it's, you know, it's illegal, and it was, you know, had a kind of sotto voce vibe. It was very orderly. But imagine if your life entailed going 4 times to a, quote, cave just to get the actual exchange rate on your money that you made by working. It's, again, they're stealing and they're lying and they're enforcing that lie at gunpoint. They close those places down because they're this.
See, yeah, I don't think we're here yet. I think we have time to change it up. So I'm not going to be that big of a doomer. I think we could fix things relatively. We could fix things in the next few years if we wanted to. And I do have hope that while generally and by and large, we know that the government is not our friends, I by and large think that we have people in government that will stop this kind of stuff from happening. We have a lot of the Pauls, a lot of the, you know, the Matt Gaetz, those types. I think those are the people that will stop this stuff from happening. It's not going to be the Biden administration. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that.
This little window into reality that the government can't tolerate. That's what a collapsing society looks like. Everybody's moving backwards. Nobody can tell the truth about anything. The functions of ordinary life have to be conducted furtively, in caves. In Argentina, the incentives are now so perversely inverted that many people decide it's not worth working. They can make more money sitting home idle.
Sometimes we don't work because it's cheaper not to work than to work.
Why is it cheaper not to work?
Because you have to pay a lot of taxes to the people, and the unions and that sort of things that are very, very expensive. So so sometimes we prefer not to work. Oh, that's really incredible.
Is that common here?
Yes, it's common.
For young people in a country like this, the obvious solution is to leave, and millions have. The future of the country
Honestly, I can't blame them.
Slipping away forever. What's remarkable is that's just fine with the current Argentine government and with the Western media and NGOs that prop it up and relentlessly defend it. They're happy with the corrupt status quo. They're thriving. So they attack anyone who challenges the way things are currently done. Not surprisingly, they especially hate Javier Milei.
Creo que estamos los que laburamos, sí, generamos riqueza.
See, they're the ones who these are the parasites like them.
Sí, bueno,
I never see you working, Jesus.
Parásito. Somos estéticamente superior.
We are also aesthetically superior. We're the buildings in communism. Square, gray, dark, without windows. This guy's pretty bombastic. We had Twin Towers until some son of a bitch knocked him over. We have Buckingham Palace. It's a marvel. We invented the mini skirt and the bikini. You know what? I've decided. Let's go with capitalism.
A ver, yo creo que el gran problema argentino es un problema cultural.
The Argentinian problem is cultural.
Es decir, esta es una sociedad que está
The society is infected with socialism.
infectada de socialismo. Los políticos son una
Politicians are kind of sociopaths.
suerte de sociópatas
Oh, this dude's super based. This dude is super fucking based so far.
que quieren hacernos creer que
They want us to believe that they're mentally disabled, that we are mentally disabled.
nosotros somos inválidos mentales, inválidos en
Disabled in every way because we cannot live without them.
todo sentido porque no podemos vivir si no fuera por ellos. En realidad,
In fact, they are the ones who cannot live without us.
los que no pueden vivir sin nosotros son ellos.
Milei is an economist who's running for president here in the election next month, and the polls show he's winning. Milei's main observation is that things in Argentina are not working. Socialist monetary policy hasn't made people happy and secure. It's wrecked pretty much everything. It's destroyed the economy and families and the national spirit. It's enriched just a few. That's hardly a radical interpretation of events. It's obviously true, and everybody knows that it's true. But for daring...
That guy is everything I wish Trump was. Yeah, I got to agree. That interview last night was very, very disappointing. That was a very disappointing interview with Trump last night.
to notice it. The stooges at Jeff Bezos' Washington Post and many other Western media outlets have denounced Javier Milei with rising hysteria as some
Of course they did, because he cares about the people and he's a capitalist.
kind of crypto-Nazi. Thankfully for Milei, the working-class young people who support him don't read the Washington Post. We sat down with Javier Milei for a long and interesting conversation which will air here tomorrow in this space. Keep in mind as you watch it that it's not just about Argentina. It's about you and your future too.
Well, thankfully, you don't have to wait till tomorrow because we got it right now. Ads? Okay, we'll wait a second for the ads. But while we're waiting for the ads, I would like to remind everybody to please smash that like button. Please share it out on your social media. Should you feel so inclined, please consider hitting up that Streamlabs. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. I'm really trying to set money to the side to get new eyeballs and, you know, bills and stuff like that. So if you guys can, if you feel like it's set a couple of bucks in the slabbity doos, we have pretty good donations down below. Anything over the 500 not only gets you in the club, or you could donate somebody a club membership, but gets us a song and because it is a very special stream tonight for some reason. I'm not sure what it is yet, but it's a special stream tonight. What's the dono for Advanced Lime Sin? Anything 25 and up. If fuck you distracted me. Oh, I'm not sure why it's a special stream, but if we do somehow fill the bar up tonight, we can not only get a Pinky song or any song, we can get a horsecock. We haven't had that in a while. Look at him. He wants to come out. He's looking for Viper. He wants to come out. So you guys know the drill.
We're in downtown Buenos Aires, the capital of Argentina. This was once, about 100 years ago, one of the richest cities in the world, and you could tell as you walk around.
I mean, Buenos Aires is fucking gorgeous.
The faded grandeur of a once great city, but this is now a desperate country. Its economy is in shambles, has been for a long time. Argentina famously defaulted on its debt more than 20 years ago. But now hyperinflation has made this country genuinely desperate. You see, when you have dinner here in restaurants and people pull out bricks of local currency, the peso, to pay, it feels like Weimar.
And if you want to chuck a couple of pesos,
Zimbabwe, but it's not. This is a developed country that's moving backwards at high speed. And because of the frustration that has built up among the population, particularly among poor people, a man called
Awoo, indeed. Respect the Argentinian economists that understand that socialism is just spending money because you can make it out of thin air and will lead to disaster.
Look what I got here. Hey, where are the white women at?
That is true, Luna. Much respect. Much respect. Thank you, Luna and Faustonia, for the 25. This, while I wait for ads, and advanced limes for our limey mate. Love you, Drunkle, and you too, Sin. Well, thank you so much, Faustonia, and I love you too. Do I... Hold on, let me go over here and look at this real quick. Do I not? I wonder if I can have channel memberships on here. No. Huh. I mean, I can explore the next steps. Maybe I will, maybe I'll set up, am I allowed to set up channel memberships? Overview, finish setup. Oh, okay, what do we, no. We'll go with the 3 level. $2.99, $6.99, $24.99. Edit that to $1.99. Edit that to $5.99. Keep that one at $24.99. Unnamed. What should the first level name be? Citizen. Okay. Done. Next one is going to be... Ooh. Citizen, Sinlet? No. I'm thinking something citizen government. Ooh. Enforcer? No, Inquisitor. Inquisitor. Leadership. Bang. Citizen Inquisitor Leadership. Bang, bang, bang. Golf and Guns. Here's a couple of pesos. Thank you very much, Golf and Guns. I think that's like 100 million pesos. I think that's about 100 million pesos. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. If you are considering donating, may I point to some new donations we have hiding down below too. Hi, Lord. I like Inquisitor than Leadership. That's pretty good.
Javier Milei is poised to become its next president. He's a former soccer star, a goalie.
Why is this one not working? Can I... Oh, perk. Oh, I need to give it a perk. More love than the others. 'Cause you are awesome. Bang. Done. Next.
Performer in a Rolling Stone.
You see that stream, boss? All ye sinners knock me off. Oh, wait. No, that doesn't look right. Hold on. Hold on. That doesn't look right. Properties. Refresh cache. Okay, that's more like it. Yeah, no, Faustonia's sitting at about 35,000 HP. HP. And he's talking shit. Are you going to let him talk shit to you guys?
Cover band and a libertarian economist. He's not a libertarian in the traditional American sense. He wouldn't fit into the Cato Institute, which has attacked him for liking Donald Trump too much. He's a libertarian in the traditional sense. He believes people should have the maximum amount of freedom they can be given, which is a lot, much more than they now get in Argentina. He has moved from basically nowhere in the last several years to become maybe the most famous person in this country. The election is next month in October, and once again, it seems like he's likely to win. The reception he's gotten from the press in the West, particularly in the United States, the New York Times, the Washington Post, also the Financial Times, has been hostile, to put it mildly.
Wow, the media hostile to somebody who's remotely even kind of right-wing? I am shocked. Can you tell how shocked I am? I know it's got to be galling, but it's crazy. I'm shocked.
They describe him as a far-right figure, like he's a Nazi. Is he? We sat down with him at great length just a moment ago, here right across from the president's mansion, the pink house that he hopes to soon occupy, to find out what he's like. He didn't seem very radical. Continuing what they're now doing in Argentina seems radical, in fact, insane. But judge for yourself. Here he is.
He's a populist. They hate populists. I wouldn't even say that. They just don't like anybody who doesn't toe the line. I don't think you necessarily have to be a populist. I think you just have to not agree with whatever nonsense they're saying.
Thanks so much for joining us, or for letting us come and interview you here in Buenos Aires. So why do you think, from your perspective, you've become a man with no political background so popular so quickly in this country?
Desde mi punto de vista hay dos líneas que explican por qué.
From my standpoint, there are two. Can I turn closed caption on? Oh, you might have to watch it like this. Maybe I can make it bigger. No. That's better. We might have to watch it like this.
Una tiene que ver con mi background personal.
Personal background.
Que tiene que ver con el hecho de que.
I wish they gave us more than like half a sentence. Over the course of my life, I've been a soccer player.
Al mismo tiempo,
I sang in a rock
sido
band.
Cantante de...
I'll turn this. This is going to be difficult. He's not a populist. He is a clear plant. Okay.
Rock and roll. Y además,
economist.
soy economista. Y
I
creo
think that
que esa combinación es una combinación atractiva en términos de producto televisivo.
Television product. I mean, that is literally a product. Everybody's a product of their life and all that kind of stuff. But I think having an economist in a country whose main issue is the economic downturn of it is probably the right call to make. Personally, I think that's the right call to make.
Pero por otra parte, lo que también es importante es el tema de las ideas. Y Argentina básicamente
is a country that has embraced socialist ideas for the last 100 years.
Y entonces
So
la
liberalism
rebelión natural
is a natural
del
form
sistema era ser liberales. Y es por eso que la
rebellion against the
natural
system.
aparece siempre en los jóvenes. Y los jóvenes encontraron a alguien que les hablaba
I
del
see when they see
liberalismo,
somebody
que se
talk about
rebelaba
liberalism
contra el
rebelling
statu
against the
quo.
status quo.
I don't understand.
That's something that I think a lot of people don't really understand, or at least I hope they do, that liberal, like the proper term, liberalism, is in direct confliction, I think would be the right word. It's in direct opposition to the how do I want to word this? Liberalism in its proper form, liberal capitalism especially, is in direct opposition to socialism and communism writ large.
And how people with power in Argentina could support the status quo, given that your inflation rate is up there with Lebanon and Zimbabwe and other countries that aren't real countries, but your country is beautiful, abundant natural resources, intelligent, well-educated population, and yet its economy is in shambles. How could so clearly the system isn't working. How could anyone support that?
A ver, el problema es que
the issue is that Argentina began to embrace socialist ideas over 100 years ago. So we have a little bit of time. The analogy of frogs in a pot of water. Oh, the boiling frog thing. The frog doesn't know it's fucked until it's too late kind of thing. I get that. Just like Faustonia doesn't know that somebody out there is plotting to overthrow him. It's useful here.
Y entonces uno empieza a calentar el agua
when you turn up the heat slowly, the frog doesn't realize it.
Pero llega un momento que
until the time comes when they try to jump
se quiere
out.
dar cuenta es muy tarde.
It's too late.
Y termina muerto. Argentina empezó a
Argentina's embrace of socialist. Can I just make it a little bit? No, I can't get that off the top. Okay. I think that's as good as we're gonna get right about there. Yeah.
Hacer las ideas del socialismo y con una frase que
with an idea that seems attractive,
muy atractiva, pero que es terrorífica en términos de funcionamiento del sistema económico, que es la idea de donde hay una necesidad nace
where
un
there is a need, there is a right. Oh, I get where there is a need, there is a right. I need healthcare. You have a right to healthcare. I need food. You have a right to food. That kind of thing.
Y eso es un problema porque...
But see, the thing is, in and of itself, those ideas are not bad ideas. It's when people start living off of them instead of using them to hold over till they can get a proper job.
Las necesidades son infinitas.
Because in life there are infinite needs, but someone always has to pay for those rights. The resources that are infinite. Sparks a conflict between infinite needs and finite resources.
In the
liberalist view, the conflict is easy to resolve through economic freedom and private property. That is exactly right. This guy is on fucking point. I don't know why they couldn't get a translator for this. But this guy is on fucking point. This is how you do it. Economic freedom and private property. And not really, we've been slowly embracing socialism since 1920. No, this is proper socialism. Luna just says based.
Y eso es lo que genera
this is a natural mechanism
para resolver esta
to resolve the tension in society.
En la sociedad. Sin embargo, la idea de la mano invisible a los socialistas no les gusta.
For the clause of the state. Where's my fucking bell? They don't like the invisible hand. They prefer the clause of the state. Think about this shit, man. Always, always, always in favor of more state intervention.
Quieren la garra del Estado y básicamente lo esconden detrás de la idea de la justicia social.
And they hide behind the discourse of social justice. Woke distractions. Faustonia, I don't think anyone's going to take you out, man.
Donde la justicia social es
the sort of social justice is deeply unjust because it's premeditated by unequal treatment under the law, preceded by robbery. God damn, premeditated by unequal treatment under the law, preceded by robbery. God damn. This guy's good. This guy is good. Would this guy be on or over the target? I think he's not too far off, honestly.
Didn't fully appreciate the degree.
Faustonia says, come on, guys, take me out. I dare ya. I double dog dare ya.
degree to which the Argentinian government had embraced fringe academic American-style social justice. A businessman told me at lunch today that people who identify as transgender pay lower taxes. 2019, you had a Ministry of Women and Diversity created in this country for the first time. What does that ministry do?
That's good.
Bueno, supuestamente...
And Milei is based, I think that's how you say his name. Probably the only based Argentinian. Why can't Trump be like this guy? The interview we watched last night with Trump, we watched it on Twitch. I'm going to upload it tomorrow on this channel for anybody who hasn't seen it. It made Trump look so bad. It made Trump look so bad, it's not even funny. I'm trying to drum up a stream boss war. Well, somebody would have to hit it with, I think, 35 to get into the $5 stream boss war. Somebody's going to have to come out, drop a 35 on it, get it to 5,000 HP. And then it would be $5 stream boss wars, roughly, I think. But the interview last night with Trump it made him look really bad. Milei. It's pronounced Milei. I don't care. Anything is better than the potato. Yeah. But holy shit.
Se dedica a
It is supposed to deal with women's issues.
Vinculados a las mujeres. Sin embargo, cuando
when you look for the results,
uno mira los resultados, no han logrado
you find there aren't any. Yeah, of course not. Because there are no... What are some actual women's issues in society right now? I'm genuinely curious. Does anybody know what some actual women's issue in society is? Trump comes across more like the reality TV star than the 80s businessman. Supposedly with international deals, but he's different. He needs to dump the drama farming. He also needs to realize that he's going to have to debate. If he just does these interviews that really don't make him look good at the end of it, and he's not doing debates, he's going to be really, really up shit's creek. Because the debates were what really put him on the map. That's really it. I would take Trump over Biden any day of the week. Any day of the week. But the fact of the matter is you still need to do the debates, at least in my opinion. Men's competing in women's sports. That's the only thing I could really think of right now is men competing in women's sports.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Guys, I hear you in chat. Trump is almost guaranteed to be better than the big guy, but we don't need better than, we need actually good. Yeah. Point. Yes, exactly. I don't get why he doesn't want to do debates, regardless of how he was treated by the mods. He still nailed it on the debates. He absolutely did. He absolutely did. And I don't think he realizes that when the mods are shitty to him, that makes him look better because most people can see that the mod is just being a fucking asshole. I don't think he gets that. I really just don't think he gets that. But Gen Z nailing it on the head and knocking it down to $33 before we can start the Stream Boss Wars. Actually good isn't allowed to get in the fight. That's true. That is true.
Es decir, hacer canciones.
Are women happier here?
No.
No.
No, porque en realidad no hay resultados. Es decir, pintar un banco de plaza de un color rojo.
I'm sorry, I was reading it instead of reading it out. No, they're not actually here just because painting a bench red or writing a song.
O hacer una canción, eso no modifica
doesn't fix the conditions
las condiciones
or address the problems. Well, that's the thing. We dump all this money into gender studies, women's studies, all this shit, and it doesn't actually fix anything. It's literally not fixing anything. Have you actually spoken to normal people in cities? Yeah. Yeah. The guy's pro-freedom, pro-free market, pro-guns, pro-life, anti-abortion, anti-socialism, anti-feminism. Everything the right wing says it is, but isn't. I'm pretty happy on sacrificing some of my stances in order to have a better economic outcome. Like, I'm pro-abortion. I would be happy to put that up to have a better economy. But there's some stuff like pro-freedom of speech, pro-gun, stuff like that I would not put up. Everything has a level, I guess would be the right word.
Que pueden estar padeciendo las mujeres. De hecho, probablemente uno de los mayores logros del liberalismo
achievements of liberalism is equally under the law.
Es la igualdad ante la ley. Y este tipo de
this kind of ministry,
o sea, porque la pregunta es,
why
¿por qué no hay
isn't there a
un
ministry
ministerio
of men? So why is there a ministry of women and not a ministry of men? Because you're getting caught by the woke distraction. You can't get caught by the woke distraction.
Hombres. No solo eso, sino que además, digamos, si tenemos igualdad ante la ley, lo que necesitamos es que la ley se cumpla, no que haya un ministerio de
if there's true equality under the law, we need to enforce the law and not create a ministry of women. One question that vexes me is the Overton window regional in the age of the internet? I think there can be. Sorry. Let me think on that a little bit. The Overton window can be regional, but on the internet, it's a different story because there are people like, one of the things I want to cover at some point this week is the debate Ethan Klein got in on his show that has gotten him in a lot of heat with his audience because he said he was pro-capitalist. He's a democratic socialist, but he said that he is not pro-socialism. So that got him in a lot of heat with his audience. I think that the Overton window on the internet has shifted so far left that just your bog standard Bernie Sanders-esque democratic socialist is now seen as a Nazi right-winger by people who claim to be on the left but don't fucking know anything. I really hope that made sense. It was kind of a pontificating answer.
La mujer. De hecho, es más,
it's based on the premise that it's totally
false.
Que
son absolutamente falsas. Ejemplo, dicen,
for example,
no,
they say that there's a glass ceiling for women, and women earn less than men. Hey, this sounds familiar.
Y al mismo tiempo sostienen que los empresarios
and all
son
businessmen
unos
are
cerdos
pigs who only care
malditos,
about making money.
¿sí? Que lo único que les importa es ganar plata. Entonces, si los empresarios son
if that were
cerdos
the case, all
malditos, que lo único
businessmen
que
are
les
pigs
importa,
who only care about
les
making
importa
money.
es ganar plata. La pregunta es, ¿por qué si yo entro a una oficina?
Why aren't all the offices swarming with women? That's a good point. That's a good point. And Gen Z, thank you again for the 2. That was a good shin kick.
Oficina no está plagado de mujeres. Tendría que estar lleno de mujeres.
They should be full of
Y
women.
sin embargo, cuando uno mira, la distribución es bastante pareja y en línea con la población.
Evenly
Por lo
proportional
tanto, lo que
population.
uno ve es que
If you look
cuando
beyond the
sale de los
averages,
valores promedios y que tiene que ver con las decisiones
find the matter
en
of the
agregado de
decisions
hombres
that
y
men and
mujeres
women are
respecto
making
a qué profesiones elegir,
as they
uno
choose
ve
their
que cuando hacen
professions.
la corrección por el tipo de
And if you correct
profesión
the
y
profession or the line of
tipo de
work,
trabajo y demás, las remuneraciones están arbitradas.
Pay is actually even. Yeah, we've all debunked that a million times. Then you see the dead internet theory. What is dead internet theory? I am not familiar with this.
Y la realidad es que todas estas regulaciones y
of all the regulations and
que
restrictions that these
este tipo de
organizations,
organismos como el Ministerio de la Mujer,
like the Ministry of
lo
Women,
único que
promote,
hacen es crear una discriminación
they do
positiva,
create
una
positive discrimination, affirmative action. Positive discrimination and affirmative action is what it should be called. racisms. The internet is mostly bots, essentially. I don't know, man. I don't think the internet is mostly bots. That's such a hard sell to me.
Que es discriminación, que además...
You know what, chat? I'm going to need you to, everyone needs to donate $500 so I can make sure you're not bots.
A mí me parece absolutamente ofensiva para las mujeres.
I think it's absolutely offensive to women. It is absolutely offensive to women. And I know for a fact women don't like to be used as a cudgel to push forward the Democrat or the socialist agenda.
Tratarlas como seres inferiores, lo cual me parece verdaderamente aberrante, pero además genera comportamientos opuestos a las mujeres que terminan perjudicando a las mujeres. Pasa lo mismo de siempre. Toda acción estatal...
All the state causes more harm than is supposed to be corrected. Ooh, that's a good point.
Genera un daño más grande que lo que quiere corregir. Ejemplo, en Argentina quisieron corregir el problema con los alquileres. Pusieron la ley de alquileres, ahora estamos muchísimo peor. Quieren corregir los problemas del hambre, hay más hambre. Quieren corregir el problema de la pobreza, hay más pobreza. Quieren corregir la falta de empleo, hay menos empleo. Bueno, cada vez que interviene el Estado, como es una acción violenta que termina perjudicando el derecho de propiedad, el resultado y a la libertad.
This dude is really on fucking point. Every time the state gets involved, it harms private property. It's a violent action that limits freedom. Yeah, I'll say. My wife has avoided police for a long time. She says Democrats have lost their fucking mind. Thinking about politics, but yeah. You'd stand a better chance of getting blood.
El resultado final es mucho peor que lo que teníamos originalmente y el Ministerio de la Mujer era evidente que lo único que iba
It's clear that the Ministry of Women would only hurt women. Okay, $5.
a causar es daño a las mujeres, salvo a aquellas que se benefician de ser empleadas públicas.
Except for those that are state employees. And this is sounding real awfully fucking familiar. This is sounding real awfully familiar.
You oppose abortion. Why?
Bueno, porque como liberal...
You're someone who believes in liberalism.
O sea, liberal libertario.
I'll say libertarian liberal because in English, I think, yeah. Their liberal and our liberal are probably two very different things. Open. Loading. The loading. Fuck that, I can get 2 McDoubles and a drink for that much. Mad Cat. Beep. Beep boop. 100101101110111. That was an error. Hi, Sanute. Long time no see. Hey, Mad Cat. You're about to send me back in time. And if you get that fucking joke, I will be so impressed if anybody gets that. Why? Thank you, Mad Cat. Much appreciated.
Claro, porque en inglés liberal...
The word liberal means something different. Yeah, he's talking more... Yeah, no, we get what it means. Doom Hammer, I'm doing the thing where I tap the side of my nose and I point at you.
Lo voy a decir como libertario. Nosotros creemos que
liberalism entails
el liberalismo es el respeto y
restrictive respect for the life of others,
basado en el principio
rooted in
de
the principle of non-aggression. I like that. Respect for the lives of others rooted in the principle of non-aggression. That's good. Trying to wash dishes in chat was mid. Not sure what that word is, but all right.
Y en defensa del derecho a la vida, la libertad y a la
propiedad. Por lo tanto,
adhiriendo a las ideas de la libertad, básicamente, una de las ideas fundamentales es defender el derecho a la vida. O sea, filosóficamente estoy a favor de respetar el derecho a la vida. Después hay una justificación desde el plano de vista de la ciencia, de las ciencias naturales.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. If you want to call it murder, we can call it murder. That I'm perfectly fine with that. But the fact of the matter is, I don't think the government should be able to tell you what medical procedures you can or cannot have.
Digamos, que es el hecho de que la vida
It's the fact that life begins
en el momento de la
at conception.
Y en ese mismo momento se genera un nuevo ser en evolución,
begins to evolve.
Con un ADN
with its own unique DNA.
Es decir, es cierto que la mujer tiene
it's true that a
derechos
woman
sobre
have
su
a right to their own
cuerpo,
body.
pero ese niño dentro
A child
del
in a womb
vientre
is
no
not
es
her body.
su cuerpo. Es decir,
I'm just very torn on abortion. On one hand, it's killing babies. On the other hand, it gives women a choice. I don't know what I like more.
el niño no es su cuerpo.
The child is
Por
not
lo
her body. I know I'm in the minority of this opinion, but that's just where I'm at with it.
Tanto el aborto es un asesinato
That makes
agravado
abortion
por el
a murder.
vínculo y por la diferencial de
Enabled
fuerzas.
and aggravated
O sea, que
by
no
the
tiene
power
forma de
imbalance against the
defenderse.
child, no way to defend
Y
itself.
no solo eso, sino que además
Life begins, technically, no, it continues. There we go.
hay una cuestión de índole matemática. La vida es
There's
un
mathematics,
continuo
life is a continuum. Were you watching ahead?
con dos saltos discretos, que es
Two
el
quarter leaps, birth,
nacimiento y la
quantum leaps,
muerte.
birth and death.
Y cualquier interrupción en
Any
el medio
interruption
es un
in the interim
asesinato.
is
So
murder.
I
would be careful with wording it that way. Any interruption between life and death is murder. But there are justifications to it that does not make it murder. I don't know if he means murder in the sense of taking somebody else's life or murder in the legal sense. It's kind of implied that it could go both ways here, but I would be careful wording it that way.
think you're a Catholic, you said. You're just defending really the Catholic life principle. The Pope, the current Pope, is from Argentina. I would think he would support you. He has instead criticized you, and you've called him a communist. Why the disconnect?
Bueno, primero porque
Well, first because
el Papa juega políticamente.
the Pope plays politics. He called the Pope a communist? Nice. Hold on, my phone is going off. I don't think I have black.
Es decir, es un
And if you want to hit the Streamlabs down below, you can call Fastonia a communist. You can call the Pope a communist. You can call anyone you want a communist. I'll read it out for Streamlabs. Smash that like button, share it out. Like I just said, Streamlabs, you can pre-order limes. You can pre-order Dog Cat Fox. Well, we already got pre-ordered limes. You can pre-order Dog Cat Fox. You can pre-order turnips. You can help us get closer to a song and help us get closer to that $5 stream boss war that they're calling for in the chat.
un Papa donde tiene fuerte injerencia
He
política.
has a strong political influence, the Pope,
Ha demostrado además
Has
una
shown a
gran
great
afinidad
affinity
con dictadores como
for
Castro
dictators such as Castro
o como
and
con
Maduro.
Maduro. Es decir, está del lado
He is on the side
de
of
dictaduras
these
sangrientas.
bloody dictatorships.
Wait, I'm sorry. Raul Castro's a murderer.
Sí, y Fidel Castro también era otro asesino.
Fidel Castro
But
was
the
also a
Pope, you
murderer.
believe the Pope has an affinity for Raul Castro?
Sí, exacto.
Yes, that's correct.
Sí, tiene afinidad por los
His
comunistas
affinity for
asesinos.
murderous communist.
De hecho, no los condena.
The fact that he won't denounce them. That is a good question. Why won't he denounce communists?
Es decir, es bastante condescendiente con ellos. Y es también condescendiente con la dictadura venezolana.
Oh. Zach, that's a good idea. Okay, if we can get someone dethrone Fastonia and we'll turn Scribe into a CRT book.
Es decir, él es condescendiente con
He's
todos
lenient toward the entire
los de
left.
izquierdas, aun cuando sean verdaderos
they are the true
criminales,
criminals.
lo cual eso es un problema.
That's a problem.
Pero además es alguien que considera que la
But he also
justicia
takes social
social
justice
un
as a
elemento
central
central
element of his vision.
de su visión.
That will be funny as fuck. Hey man, you guys know what to do. Hold on. Okay, what is a good CRT? Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. Go over here real quick. It's still set up from last week's show. Look at that. Look. Well, would you look at that? I'll grab that in just one moment. Like this, and then an image here. Okay, go like this, and then we go over here. And I don't remember where I saved it, so I have to go over here and show in folder. Okay, I put it right in the correct folder, right here like this, and then I go over here, click this button. Okay, and then just... He's gonna get so mad about this. It's like that. Yeah. No, this is a great idea, and I'm very happy, and I love it. Oh boy, oh boy. God bless. CRT scribe. Nice. Boop. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm here already, so I might as well do it. I might as well do it while I'm here. As to not forget. And I can almost guarantee that I will forget. Okay. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Luna for 777. The Pope is a dirty fucking commie. Communism has infiltrated even the church. Lol, Zach. Can we pre-order something that was already changed? Sure. Poor scribe, we need to make him want to stay, not chase him off. Hey man, you guys know the rules. And so do I. $8 to knock it off and get the get that $5 stream boss where you guys was talking about.
Y eso es muy complicado porque la justicia social, ¿qué es?
It's difficult because of social justice truly it's stealing the fruits of one person's labor
y dárselo a otra.
And giving it to somebody else.
Entonces implica dos cosas. Una,
that's why you guys can, of your own volition, decide to hand over and share the fruits of your labor with us.
Es un robo.
It's stealing.
Y el problema
the
es
problem
que
with
el robo
that is the Ten
está
Commandments, thou shalt not steal.
Señalan los 10 mandamientos. Es decir, avalar la justicia social es avalar el robo. Por lo tanto, es un problema de que está violando los 10 mandamientos. El otro problema es que es un trato desigual frente a la ley. Y no me parece que sea algo justo, digamos, que algunos sean premiados y otros sean castigados desde una posición
through the power of the state. This guy. Can we send Trump down there and keep this guy up here? Someone just be his fucking translator. This dude is based.
Poder como la que tiene el Estado.
Wields a monopoly on violence. Hold on, let me replay that bit again. I think I just got a boner.
El problema es que es un trato desigual
it's
frente a la ley.
It's unequal treatment under the law.
Y no me parece que sea algo justo, digamos, que
hold on, I'm going to mute this. I don't think that's fair for people to be rewarded while others are punished, all through the power of the state that wields a monopoly on violence. Holy shit. This dude is fucking great. All through the power of the state that wields a monopoly on violence. This dude is so fucking based. Holy shit. Can we have this man instead? I will offer you one Donald Trump, one Joseph R. Biden, and one Ron DeSantis. That's why they want our guns, obviously, because they don't have a monopoly on the state in America. Who is this guy? A member of the Beatles? He's Ringo Starr's brother. This dude is fucking fantastic. The state doesn't hold a monopoly on violence. They send their attack dogs over to collect. You don't pay. I'm not gay, but listening to this guy is getting me hard, and I'm not afraid to say it. I'm getting a little chubby chub. Listen to this dude. Still feels like we're lowballing. Okay. You can have AOC or Lauren Boebert, but not both. We'll throw Marjorie Taylor Greene in for free. Just like you can take off Estonia for not free, but like $8.
So when you look around, it's fascinating to look around the city, Buenos Aires.
It's a freedom boner. Hey!
And the architecture is a mixture of sublimely beautiful buildings and stupendously ugly buildings. And it feels like looking at an archaeological tell where the architecture corresponds.
Add in Kamala as well. No, I want them to take the deal, not turn it down. My wife is missing out because I'm out of town.
Responds to certain political eras. And I wonder if you believe that socialism, leftism, produces ugliness.
Esa es una primera caracterización de Argentina.
This is the initial way to characterize Argentina in terms of the city of Buenos Aires.
Cuando uno mira la
When you look at the architecture,
la arquitectura de la Argentina liberal es esa arquitectura que genera tanta fascinación y que es deslumbrante, porque es la arquitectura de la Argentina gloriosa, de la Argentina liberal. El mejor ejemplo de ello es el Teatro Colón.
The Colon Theater. Oh, let me pull that back.
Tanta fascinación y que es deslumbrante, porque es la arquitectura de la Argentina gloriosa, de la Argentina liberal. El mejor ejemplo de...
The Colon Theater. Just gonna take a hit of my vape on that one. The good old Colon Theater.
Right to jail, right to jail, right away. Right to jail, right to jail, right away.
M4 Sherman with 575, somehow upsetting Stream Boss. I joined... Oh. I joined late, but what he's saying is true. But you say it here, all the Democrats in the government will say, you're wrong, you're Xist. They will say that while doing the same thing you're calling them out on. Of course, M4 Sherman. You expect them to take responsibility for their own actions? Ha! Ha ha ha. Thank you, M4 Sherman. Much appreciado, or whatever. It's pronounced like Colon. Yeah, I know, but it's still funny.
Eso es el Teatro Colón.
The Colon Theater, shut up.
Es uno de los mejores
it's one of the best lyrical theaters in the world. Apparently, we have one of the best in the country here in Cleveland. The not the Agora. The Cleveland Orchestra. Where does Cleveland Orchestra perform? Oh, it's called Severance Hall.
Porque es el reflejo de esa Argentina
pujante, liberal,
admirada por todo el mundo,
admired around the world.
Y después,
and
todas
then
las
came the buildings.
Edificaciones ya más cuadradas.
More square and squat. I don't know if I would say that leftist things are ugly, but leftist buildings are fucking gross. We want to be friends, not enemies.
Digo, el mejor efecto es lo que en algún momento se llamaba del Ministerio de Obras Públicas o el Ministerio de Acción Social. Es el que está en la 9.
He's talking about these buildings where the Ministry of Truth and Justice and all this shit. I believe that. It's just, shit is ugly. Communist, and I think part of it is, at least it has to be, because they want to keep it as cheap as they possibly can.
Julio, un edificio verdaderamente.
Honestly, if Scribe knew what he was expecting when he got here, hey man, I'm just saying that if somebody wants to pre-order Scribe as a CRT book, you know exactly how to do it.
Feo, con características soviéticas directamente.
Yes.
Directly Soviet characteristic. Yeah, square, fit in, square, stay in line.
Es más, en un momento.
Okay, M4 Sherman for the Awoo. Oh yeah, Sin, did you hear about your state? Apparently Ohio is supposed to be making green energy helicopter cars starting in 2025 with supposing 100 a month? Green energy helicopter cars starting 2025 with supposing 100 a month. All right, M4 Sherman, I did not hear that, but I'll take it. Thank you.
Había una estatua, ahora la sacaron, pero había una estatua que
There's a statue that looked like this.
En esta forma, con la mano así.
With a man with the sand cut backwards.
Básicamente, para reflejar
as if accepting a bribe. Oh, wow. Guys, we're almost 20% to goal.
Que fue una de las cosas que hizo el que hizo el edificio en repudio a la cantidad de coimas que le pidieron mientras hacía el edificio.
When he was erecting the building. Wow.
Esa es la arquitectura y cada vez más chata, cada vez más
the agriculture, the architecture is squat and ugly.
Fea, y solamente las partes que progresan son aquellos que tienen negocios vinculados a los políticos. Ejemplo, Puerto Madero.
Maduro is an example.
You described the buildings, the leftist buildings, as square and plain and ugly. Why does the left love concrete so much? Your old buildings are built out of stone and plaster, but the newer socialist buildings are all concrete.
Cheap, no effort. Cheap and no effort.
What is that?
Porque tiene que ver con los valores de la izquierda.
It has to do with leftist values. It's low effort and cheap, easy to produce, low cost, like you just said. It's not hard. You don't need to hire experts. All you need to do is hire somebody that can fucking lay concrete.
Digamos, los valores subyacentes,
underlying values within leftist ideas.
Es la envidia,
envy, hatred,
odio,
resentment,
el resentimiento,
and unequal treatment under the law,
desigual frente a la ley, y la violencia.
And violence, yeah, of course.
Entonces, todo ese altruismo socialista.
Ooh, advocates. Plus, it doesn't last, so that ensures new contracts for work. God damn, Miss Bell is getting a fair bit of use tonight. M4 Sherman single-handedly carrying off a thing. Well, technically, helicopter taxis, with them making 100 of them a month. Oh, when a plant opens in 2025, I'll send the article over Discord DMs if you want me to. Yeah, absolutely. That'll be a Good Friday article. I'll take a look at that. Thank you very much. And thank you for the 77777777. That's 4. Hold on. That is 4 on the Awoo train. Boop. 4. Cool. On the Awoo train.
Termina generando una
ends up doing
contaminación
is
de los
contaminate the system
que generan
with incentives
pobreza.
To generate poverty.
Entonces, claro, digo, cuando
So
uno
of
es pobre,
course, if you are
digamos, la edificación que
poor,
puede
you
hacer
build what you
frente por
can.
esta
That is limited by your poverty. Yeah, when you're poor, you build what you can. You build what you can. That's limited by your poverty. Can we yeet commies into the sun with a U-2 rocket? How about we just do this? Because I don't like U2 that much, and I don't want to give them space on my my thing here. So give me 1 second. Got the loads over here. 8242, 8242, 8242, Oh, that's not going to work. Will this work? How about this? Yeah. There you go. Yeet commies into sun.
Claramente propia de alguien pobre. Y porque esto es interesante. El socialismo
this is one reason everywhere and always socialism is a violent, murderous, impoverishing phenomenon.
Esa es la característica
These are the
del
characteristics
socialismo.
of socialism.
Socialism has become ascendant, really, in the United States, as you may have noticed, with the attendant symptoms you described. Massive public debt levels, increasing poverty, disorder, crime, filth, and ugliness. Argentina is at the end stage of that. Argentina is now a poor country because of those policies. What advice would you give to Americans having lived it?
Que nunca abracen las ideas del socialismo.
Never embrace the ideals of socialism. This poor Belle getting such an unbelievable workout today.
Que nunca se dejen seducir
Never
por el
allow
canto
yourselves
de
to be
las
seduced by
sirenas
the siren song
de
of
la
social
justicia
justice.
social. Que no se dejen atrapar por
Don't
esa
get caught up
frase
in that
nefasta
terrible
que donde hay una
concept
anciana
where
sin
all you
derecho,
need there is where there is a need, there is a right. I'll get it eventually.
pero que eso no se hace solo.
It can't happen on its own.
Para eso hay que estar preparado
We
y
have
hay
to
que
be
dar la
prepared
batalla
for this
cultural día
and wage
a
a
día.
culture war every single day.
Y que
We have to be
hay
careful
que tener cuidado porque ellos
because
no
they
tienen
have no
problema
problem with
en meterse adentro
getting
del Estado
inside the state
y aplicar las
and
técnicas de
employing
Gramsci,
Gramsci's
seduciendo
techniques,
a
seducing the
artistas,
artists,
seduciendo
seducing the
o sea,
culture,
la cultura, seduciendo a los
seducing
medios
the
de
media.
comunicación.
Well, that's a foregone conclusion already. The media is not only right now currently the enemy of the people, they are the biggest problem in the country. Besides the fact that I'm for Sherman as stream boss.
O metiéndose en los
Meddling in
contenidos de la
educational
educación.
content.
Hay que tener mucho cuidado,
Need to
hay
be
que
very careful,
cortarles el
cut off
financiamiento
their funding,
y hay que hacerlos
force them into
competir
a
a la
fair
par.
fight.
Y al mismo tiempo hay que
Same time, raise awareness
concientizar
among
a
the
los
business sector
empresarios de que es necesario
that the masses
que
are
más
necessary.
Milton Friedman decía que
Milton Friedman used to say,
la función social del empresario era
the
ganar
social
dinero.
role is to make money,
Bueno,
but
con
that's
eso
not
solo no
enough.
alcanza. Parte de
Part
la
of their
inversión
investment
tiene que
must
ser
include
invertir en los
investing in
defensores
those
de
who
las ideas de
defend
la
the
libertad
ideals of freedom,
para que los socialistas no
so
puedan
socialists can make no
avanzar.
further advances.
Porque si no lo
And if they
hacen,
don't do it,
ellos se van a meter en
they
el
will get in the
Estado y
state,
desde el
in the
Estado
state
van a
to
van a imponer
impose
una agenda que a
a
de largo
long-term
plazo
agenda
va a
and
terminar
destroy everything it
destruyendo
touches.
todo lo que toca.
This bell is just not prepared for the amount of spanks that it's getting tonight. This bell just wasn't ready for it. It just wasn't ready.
Entonces, ahí, digamos, es necesario un fuerte compromiso
So we need a
de
commitment
todos los creadores de
from all those
riqueza
who create
para
wealth to
luchar
fight
contra
against
el
socialism,
socialismo, contra el estatismo,
fight against statism,
y entender que si eso no se hace,
and to understand that if they fail to do so,
los socialistas siempre van a
the
seguir
socialists
intentando.
will
Porque,
keep coming.
¿cuál es
Because
el
what's the
punto?
point?
Como ellos intentan vivir de los demás
Since
sin
they try to
trabajar,
leech off others without working,
ellos son incansables en
they are
buscar esto.
tireless in their pursuit.
Porque su leitmotiv en la vida
Their-
es vivir de los otros.
Their motif,
Entonces ellos no ceden nunca esto. Porque su
their motif in
leitmotiv
life
en
is
la
to live
vida
off of others.
es vivir de los otros. Entonces ellos no ceden nunca
So they never give up on
en
this.
este mecanismo de
The mechanism is to
apropiación
gain control
de la riqueza
of
y
others' wealth,
del dinero
wealth, money,
o de la
or
generación de
income.
ingresos de otro. Entonces esa batalla
So
tiene que
this
ser
battle must
dada
be
de manera
waged
permanente. No
unceasingly.
se puede descansar.
We cannot take a day
Porque
off
cuando uno
because
descansa,
we rest,
el
socialism
socialismo
creeps in.
avanza.
Donald Trump is running for president again in the United States, as you know. What advice would you give him?
Que
You should continue
continúe
his
con
fight.
su lucha en contra del socialismo,
Drunkle, are you still awake? Oh, Drunkle just typed. He looks like Daniel Radcliffe had a baby with a goblin. The muzzle loader is an invasive species and must be eradicated. Muzzle loaders are fuck ugly. Cool, but fuck ugly. Because he's one of the few who truly understood. Did he?
Que la pelea es contra el socialismo, que la pelea
we fight socialism, we fight the statists.
He understood perfectly que la generación
that the generation of wealth comes from the private sector.
Es decir,
the state does not create wealth. The state destroys it. The state does not. Oh, fuck. The state does not create wealth. The state destroys it. State does not create wealth. And God, I need to get a new belt. State does not. State does not create wealth. State destroys it. There we go. The state can give you nothing because it produces nothing. Come back here, Bell.
Evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson.
Oh.
On today's story, political YouTubers and how attractive they are. Now we've asked our viewers who they believe is the most sexy and rated them from Nancy Pelosi to absolute Chad. There was one name who kept coming up, though, and it was Sinatra Says, or as he goes by now, Sinatra Screams. Clearly, he has a lot of fans.
Oh, boy.
One viewer stated, quote, "He has the fattest cock I've ever seen." Now, no one's denying he has a big cock. In fact, I've dreamt of riding his horse cock for hours. Just thinking about it gets me absolutely erect like Donald Trump's wall. Wish he made me scream. Now, that motherfucker Sinatra watches my show every Tuesday, so Sinatra, if you're watching this, leave that bitch Shelley and come get with a real man. You know what they say, you get with the tuck, you get the suck. If you couldn't tell, I've been beating the fuck out of my meat this entire time and need to go clean myself up. When we come back from our commercial break, why Sinatra's less sexy side host, Drunkle, gets absolutely zero bitches. We have our bitches expert to explain, so stick around.
Is that what you wanted me to see? Give Drunkle the McKinley membership for that. All right. Drunkle, welcome to the McKinley Club. Guys, I'm fucking crying. Oh, every time that shit just makes me die. Oh, oh my fucking God, that's the best dono ever. Who made this? I don't know, man. I've had that for like 2 years. I don't remember who made it. Guys, thank you. Fuck your McKinley bullshit. Guys, give it up for Luna in the chat. Oh, shit me sideways. It's fucking hilarious. Guys, give it up for Luna in the chat. Oh, Christ, it's so good. It is so fucking good. Give it up for Luna. And give it up for Pinky Salmon. Chris said play it again. You know how to do it. Shit, man.
You know the time is right. This is the place of pure delight. The door is open, please come in. We'll be so happy to have you here with us, since it's where it's at. You should like and share that fact. Here's Polly Dub and Drunkle too, and Pinky and all the crew. You can be the stream boss anytime. Stackers are calling. To miss this chance would be a crime, but no matter where you are, land of the free or in Qatar, you're welcome here each and every day of the year. banter and the news. Maybe a game just to amuse. Now toss the stream balls once again. Come have a drink with us. Bottoms up, my friends, the fun will never stop. You are a stacker and that's the top. We're gonna cheer and toast you too, just like the legends do. You can be stream boss anytime. Stackers are calling. To miss this chance would be a crime. Oh, you join the Stacker Club. You make me feel there's praise to be sung. You're welcome here each and every day of the year. And even when we're old and gray, sin will feel the way he does today. 'Cause you join the Stacker Club. You join the Stacker Club. Welcome, Stacker. You join the Stacker Club. Thanks to your Stacker Club.
Guys, give it up for Pink Salmon. Give it up for Luna for the incredibly, incredibly generous $501 due. Thank you. Thank you so much. Pinky is always a win. That's true. Pinky is always a win. And that is 6 on the Awoo train. This is what they wanted for the whole world. It is. And poor Drunkle gets no bitches. I have a drink here my brother got me for my birthday. It's not even a... God, would you fucking... Jesus Christ, shitting open? There we go. It's called Courage and Conviction. It is an American single malt whiskey. Oh, good pop. Ooh. That's interesting. That's real interesting. Courage and Conviction, American single malt whiskey. Inspired by the guiding principles of our founders, to have the courage of your conviction. An American single malt is a combination of our passion for home in Virginia and our dream of a redefined American whiskey. Aged for a minimum of 3 years, this is 100% malted barley. Whiskey matured in a former bourbon cask sourced from Kentucky, as most bourbon is. Aging in bourbon cask puts forward the notes of vanilla, caramel, butterscotch, and toffee. Finished creamy and exceptionally smooth. This isn't bad. It's not bad at all. Guys, one more time. Big thank you to Luna. Big thank you to Pinky for the song. Thank you so much, Luna. I really appreciate it. Sin, you've been talking about LASIK. So much my phone overheard, and now I get ads for LASIK. Maybe you need it too, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Mad Cat, my sides are in orbit, you bastard. My Jack and Coke went out my nose. Damn it, Luna. Thank you. That is one of my favorite donations. Easily top 3. Easily top 3. Thank you, Mad Cat. Thank you again, Luna. Much appreciated, sir. That's a horsecock. Oh, we will get a horsecock in about 11 minutes. And after this clip, we do the horsecocks at the end.
Que no produce nada. Y cuando lo quiere hacer, además lo hace mal. Entonces, me parece que si yo, desde mi
if I could humbly
lugar,
offer advice,
lo único que podría decirle es que redoble los esfuerzos en la misma dirección
in the same direction of defending the ideals of freedom,
y de no darle tregua ni un solo segundo
to the socialists.
Do you see the climate?
And double down on your ideas and refuse to give an inch to the socialists. I think that is advice we could all take with us.
Climate change movement as part of the same socialist.
In the 90s, it was 2 grand an eye, but Herzing early. I got quoted between 35 and 37. So, I mean, my mom and aunt said it was a waste of money. I'll stick with the glasses. Literally everybody I have talked to said getting the LASIK was the best decision that they had ever made. I was talking to my hetero life mate today. He said even though his got fucked up and he had to go in twice, it's still the best decision he ever made.
Agenda.
Sí, es parte de la agenda socialista.
It's part of the socialist agenda, in fact.
El posmarxismo,
what post-Marxists attempt to do, given the clear economic failure and the fall of the Berlin
que se
Wall,
hizo evidente con la caída del muro,
although socialism
fracasó en el
the wall in the first place,
en rigor,
faced with the defeat,
frente a esa derrota, trasladaron la lucha
they
de
moved the
clases
class struggle into other
a
aspects
otros
of life.
aspectos de la vida. Entonces,
for example, the struggle
por
between
ejemplo, la lucha entre negros y blancos, o sea,
Black, White, or Black Lives Matter.
Todo, digamos, el lobby LGBT.
How did he pronounce it? LGBT. LGBT.
Todo lo que tiene que ver con el
everything related to
radical,
radical feminism.
Porque hay que recordar que
because
el
remember, the
feminismo
original cause of feminism is
una
rooted
causa
in
liberal.
liberalism.
El primero que impulsó esto fue Jeremy Bentham.
First one to promote it was Jeremy something
a mediados del siglo XVIII.
In the mid-18th century.
Como parte de esa agenda,
this agenda also includes
también está la agenda del hombre contra la naturaleza,
man against nature,
donde el hombre es el que daña a la naturaleza,
man is supposedly harming
cuando en realidad
nature.
el mundo ha tenido otros.
Initially, yeah, it's awesome, but after a couple of years, their eyesight got worse, especially at night. This was back when they stuck the eyeball out. Whoa. Yeah, no, that must have been way old. The truth is, the world had other temperature spikes in the past.
Temperaturas como tiene ahora es un comportamiento cíclico.
It's a cycle that exists regardless of man.
Del hombre, y
and
que
if prices
si los
were
precios
truly
fueran
free,
libres, esos problemas se arreglarían sin
problems
ningún
would
tipo de
be
problema. No
fixed
necesitamos
easily.
al Estado
We wouldn't need the state to regulate
regulando,
because
porque cada vez que el Estado
every
regula,
time the
las
state
cosas empeoran
regulates,
más.
things get even worse.
Y además, esa agenda, además, tiene una parte
There's also
mucho
a
más
darker
oscura,
side
que
to
es una
this
agenda
agenda,
asesina, que es la
a
agenda del
murderous
aborto.
agenda, the agenda of abortion,
Porque
which we've
como
already talked
consecuencia
about.
de que los humanos le
Quote was, your eyes are solid as a rock. I hope not.
hacen mal al planeta, entonces promueven el asesinato de personas en el vientre de la madre, que es el aborto. Por lo tanto, es una política que siempre falló en el mundo, pero no solo porque es tremenda porque falla siempre, sino porque además es una política sangrienta que determinados seres humanos se creen.
If you want to talk about bloodthirsty policies on the left, we could talk about the fact that they're okay with just straight execution of their political enemies. We don't have to make it about abortion. There's plenty of bloodthirsty aspects to leftist policies we see even in America.
Estar en situaciones de decidir quién vive y quién no.
Who should live and
Es
who should
decir,
not.
es como una máxima expresión de la fatal arrogancia, donde cómo un ser humano va a determinar quién vive y quién no. Es decir, eso es lo que quiero que quede claro. Los socialistas tienen las manos manchadas de sangre. Todo el tiempo tienen manchadas las manos de sangre. No les...
If I was giving an interview like this, I would be genuinely worried that I said something to offend him and I just can't understand what he's saying, but he just sounds so, not passionate, but angry. Or not angry, but passionate about what he's saying. Like, oh, fuck, did I say something wrong?
Are you arguing that socialists commit bloodshed because they believe they are God?
Porque ellos se creen que son Dios.
Yeah, I would say they do, yeah.
Es decir, son unos herejes.
They're heretics.
Es decir, por eso Hayek en su último libro, esto lo llamó la fatal arrogancia.
Hayek called fatal.
Es decir, porque para coordinar todo este tipo de acciones, la cantidad de conocimientos que hay que tener, y eso está vinculado a otro artículo de Hayek que se llama el uso del
an article by Hayek called The Use of Knowledge in Society.
Conocimiento en la sociedad, donde
We should take a more scientific and deeper exploration of Adam Smith's idea of the invisible hand.
Lo que dice es que para poder aplicar el
He says that to
socialismo
implement socialism,
es necesario
the people who do
que
it
las personas que lo hagan deban ser omniscientes,
would have to be omniscient,
omnipresentes
omnipresent,
y omnipotentes.
and
Es
omnipotent.
decir, creen
God, that is God, omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient.
que son Dios. Y le voy a contar algo.
Let me tell you something.
No son Dios.
They are not God.
Le voy a decir
And
algo
what's
peor.
worse,
Son tan miserables y
politicians
tan
are such
rastreros los
miserable
políticos,
lowlives,
y en especial los de izquierda,
especially the
que además
leftists.
están
They are even
debajo
below
de las personas
the average
promedio.
population.
Porque solamente, ¿quién va a pretender
Of
ser
who, would
igual al
be,
promedio?
of who would be fake average?
Que solamente,
Who would
¿quién
fake
va a
being
pretender
average?
ser igual al promedio? Solo el que está por debajo.
Only the ones who are below average.
Por lo tanto, es la agenda de los envidiosos.
This is an
La
agenda
envidia
of
es un
envy.
pecado capital.
Envy is a
De
capital
eso nada
sin.
bueno puede
No
salir.
good can come from
Del
murder.
asesinato nada bueno puede salir.
No good
Del
can come
robo
from
nada
robbery.
puede salir. Entonces,
Going back to
volviendo al
Pope
Papa
Francis,
Francisco, ¿por qué defiende una agenda,
why does he defend an agenda
que
that
defiende el
supports murder,
asesinato,
robbery,
el robo, la envidia?
and envy?
Es raro, ¿no?
Strange, isn't it?
Es decir,
So why does he? What's the answer?
yo creo que debería darla
He's
a
the only
él.
one who should answer that.
Es decir,
Holy shit, this guy is fucking good. Why can't we have this? What have we in America done to not have somebody like this?
porque a la luz
Well, I know we have low viewership and low like ratio because half of this stream is not in English. An hour and a half of this stream has not been in English. But I appreciate everyone who stuck it out here. Smash that like button and share it out. Let's give one more big thank you to Luna in the chat. If we had this, they would try to Minecraft him or frame him for grape or collusion or something. Yeah, he would be in jail for J6 or something.
del debate.
I hope my reading of the subtitles is helping people who cannot visually watch the screen.
A la luz
In the light
de la
of the
evidencia
empirical evidence,
empírica, él es el que tiene que
he
dar
is the one who should be
explicaciones de por qué
giving an
defiende
explanation as to
una organización
why he defends an
económica
economic system
que conduce a la
that
pobreza,
leads to poverty,
a la miseria,
misery,
a la violencia,
violence,
a la
and
decadencia.
decadence. I don't think that's the right word there, but okay. Cartoons were the precursor for young people looking... I don't know why you even read your messages old school, Lou. They never make any fucking sense, but I appreciate you engaging in the chat.
Y que si
And if
los
it were up to them,
destruirían el mundo.
they would
Sería una
destroy the world. They would destroy the world if it got them a couple of fucking dollars in their pocket. I fucking hate the band Nirvana, but the man who sold the world is a pretty spot on call.
Que lo explique él. Yo no soy socialista, yo soy liberal,
I'm not a socialist. I'm a libertarian liberal.
libertario.
You've said that as president of Argentina, you will not do business with China.
De hecho, no solo no voy a hacer negocios
Not
con
only
China,
will I not do business with China,
no voy a hacer negocios
I
con
won't do
ningún
business with
comunista.
any communist.
Es decir, a ver, yo soy un defensor
I am a defender
de la
of
libertad,
freedom,
de la paz
peace,
y de la
and
democracia.
democracy.
Los comunistas no entran
There's no
ahí.
room for communists
Los
there.
chinos no entran
There's
ahí.
no room for Chinese there.
Putin no entra
There's
ahí.
no room for Putin there. There's no room
Digamos,
for
Lula
Lula.
no entra ahí. Es decir, nosotros queremos ser el faro moral
We want to
del
be a moral
continente.
lighthouse
Nosotros
for our
queremos ser los
continent. We want to be
defensores de la libertad,
defenders
de la
of freedom,
democracia, de la
democracy, and
diversidad,
diversity.
de la paz. Entonces,
Bowie wrote that one. Bowie wrote The Man Who Sold the World. That makes sense. The only decent song from him they didn't even make. Nirvana fucking sucks. From Within the State.
nosotros desde el Estado no
We
vamos
will
a
not pursue
promover
any
ningún
action
tipo de acción con comunistas,
with communists or
ni
socialists.
socialistas. Eso no quiere decir que los
That doesn't mean that Argentinians can't trade.
Si quieren comercializar con China,
They
con
want to
Rusia,
trade with
con,
Russia, China, or
con
Brazil.
Brasil, con quien sea, problema de los argentinos.
Do you pray for wisdom and guidance?
Bueno, me consta que hay mucha gente
I know there are
orando por
many
mí.
people who are praying for me. This dude doesn't seem particularly religious himself. It just seems like a lot of the stuff he said throughout the stream has been theocratic, I guess. No, not theocratic. Religious morals from a non-religious standpoint. If that makes sense.
A mí me da mucha felicidad, mucha
It brings me
gente que,
joy
por
to know that
ejemplo, va al
people
Kotel, o sea, al Muro de los Lamentos
want to go
en
to
Israel,
Kotel and the Wailing Wall in Israel
y
and pray
dejan
for me.
peticiones por mí. Así es que
Is he ethnic,
yo me
non-practicing
siento
Jew?
bien. O
I
sea,
feel
pero
fine.
aparte estoy convencido
But
de lo que
that's, I'm
estoy
convinced I'm
haciendo.
doing
Así
what's
que,
right.
Digamos, la vida sin libertad no merece ser
Life
vivida.
without freedom is not worth living.
Es
Where's that bell?
decir,
I was once
en
asked
algún
if I'd be
momento me
willing to give my
preguntaron
life
si yo estaría dispuesto a dar mi vida
for
por
the
las ideas de la
ideals of
libertad.
freedom, and I am
Yo estoy
willing.
dispuesto a darla.
Oh, you might, man. You might have to. I'd be careful saying that.
Y
I want to
busco
be
ser
an
testimonio de
embodiment
esa forma de vivir en
of the way
libertad.
of living in freedom.
O sea, la esclavitud me parece algo horroroso.
I
Y voy
think
a dar
slavery is
la
horrifying.
pelea
I will
por las
fight
ideas
the
de la
ideals.
libertad
I will fight for the ideals of
todo lo que
freedom
la tenga que dar,
as long as I need
con
to,
las consecuencias que
whatever the
eso
consequences
traiga.
may be.
Porque hacer lo correcto no se negocia.
Doing the right thing is non-negotiable.
Interesting. Last question. You said there's this enormous state workforce, government workforce in Argentina, but you said that you would not lay them off immediately until you built up the private sector economy because you worried there would be violent protests. Are you worried that there will be violent protests or violence against your supporters over the next month before the election?
No me preocupa porque yo
I'm
voy a
not worried
gobernar
because I
con
will
la ley en la
govern
mano.
according to the law.
Y la ley
Under
en
my
mi gobierno se va a
administration,
cumplir.
the
Y el
law
que
will
las
be
hace las
respected and
paga.
people will pay for their
Y
mistakes.
además no tendrían
They
por
should
qué
have no
quejarse
reason to
porque,
complain.
digamos, no van a ser afectados
They
en la
won't be
reforma de
laid
primera
off in the first
generación.
round of reforms.
Y cuando tomen lugar
When the
las
second
reformas de
round
segunda
of reforms
generación,
take place,
ellos propios,
they will be able
ellos
to leave
mismos van
behind
a
their
dejar
public
de
sector
lado
jobs
esos
because
trabajos
they
en
will
el
have
sector
an incentive to
público
do
por una
so.
cuestión de incentivos, por una cuestión.
Honestly, he's more easy to understand than the House plan. Well, yeah. They will be paid better, and it shouldn't be a problem. Die on your feet no matter what you're doing. The right thing is non-negotiable. Damn right. This is not negotiable. You're gonna go to Hogwarts. You're gonna do spells. You'll get a wand. You'll get a fucking owl. Deal with it. You twat.
De remuneración. Por lo tanto, no debería ser un problema. Pero si aún así quisieran hacer
But they
problemas,
still want to make trouble.
nosotros vamos a
We will
aplicar la ley.
enforce the law.
Y aquellos que cometan
Anyone who
disturbios, y
tries to
aquellos que
riot,
violen la
anybody
ley,
who breaks the
los
law,
vamos a meter
will be put in
presos.
prison.
Do you believe law enforcement is on your side?
Entonces no estaría funcionando la justicia.
If
Y en
not, the
realidad,
justice system wouldn't be working.
yo voy a estar trabajando además activamente
Our justice
para
system
que la justicia
is
sea verdaderamente
truly independent and
y
can act
pueda
freely.
actuar libremente. Y ahí, digamos,
Anyone who breaks
aquellos
the
que
law
violan la ley y que violan la Constitución
and
tienen
violates
que
the
pagar por
Constitution will
eso.
have to pay for it.
Por lo tanto, en una
But the justice
justicia que se
system
le dé el
that has
respaldo
political
político para
support
que sea
is to be truly
verdaderamente
independent,
independiente
with the reforms to take
y
place
trabajar en
that
las
is truly
reformas para que sea
independent.
verdaderamente independiente,
I don't see a
no veo
reason
por
for
qué no
them to not
deberían
be on our
apoyar.
side.
Si no, no sería justicia.
Otherwise, it's not justice.
Javier Milei, thank you.
You're welcome.
That. Wow. This is one of the best interviews I've ever seen. This guy is on fucking point. I wonder if any of his books are available in English. Let's find out. Let's find out. Let me get this back down to normal people sized. And then we're gonna copy, and then we'll just throw it into Amazon. I'll just throw that into Amazon. Inflation. Kindle paperback, read a sample. It does not look like it. Not from what I am seeing over here, no. It doesn't look like it's in English. Negotiations with fanatics will not end well in compromise. What is his name again? Javier Milei, I think. Javier Milei. You're a wizard should be a dono. It is a dono. But have it be you're a legend? No, it's you're a wizard. Alright, that's it for me. I am done. Finito. Guys, thank you for coming. Oh, I owe you the horse cock. My bad. I almost forgot it. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta step aside. Let the horse get in here. How could I forget the horse cock? How could I forget the horse cock? Viper, I hope you see this at some point.
Cause there is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock. You need horse cock, of course cock. Grab the loop and slam the day away. As I take more cock, horse cock. Shut the door and turn the lock. Is your cock a horse cock? You will never hear me say it, Dave.
Guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Thank you for the incredible donations tonight. Luna, thank you, sir, again. You guys have a lovely evening. Keep an eye out for tomorrow, 5:30 on Scribe Lights channel for the AAA meeting, and we will see you over there. It's been so long, I know. Okay, real quick, real quick, before we get out of here, real quick, vote. I'm going to put it to the vote, guys. I'm going to put it to the people to a vote. We can have a horse cock, even if there's a song, whatever. We can have a horse cock anytime the 501 plays over here. Yes, no. Quick vote, real quick vote. Yay, nay. Overlord Wednesday? What do you guys think? Yes? Yes? Only for the 501, because it mentions the horse cock and it brings up the fact that Drunkle gets no bitches. Yes, yes, yay. All right, the votes are in. Thank you, guys. Have a lovely evening, and I will see you all tomorrow. Oh, and a stream on my channel at 3.